bienvenue à tous. 5 secondes, avec juste 2-3 trucs avec le live, les trucs habituels, j'en ai pour 5 secondes. Et après ça part sur le jeu, c'est la 6ème fois au moins que j'essaye de faire ce putain de live. Toujours un truc qui allait pas, mais normalement là, plus rien qui pourrait nous déranger. J'espère. J'espère, à la tête de ma mère que j'espère. Et salut Stony, ça va bien? Hop, 5 secondes. Salut, ça va gros? Hop. Tac. Normalement le jeu là que je vais faire il devrait te plaire. Il devrait sacrément te plaire les Zei. Parce que c'est un jeu narratif horreur. Donc il devrait sacrément te plaire. Il est encore mieux que le jeu tout pété qu'on a fait la dernière fois. Le Mandies. Bon il est pas tout pété mais bon. Le stream il était à chier qu'on se le dise hein. Il était vraiment à chier. Donc là ce qu'on va faire c'est que je lance le jeu. Hop. Le stream je le mets pas en 60, j'ai pas mis en 60 fps parce que ça buguait trop sinon. Ça buguait beaucoup trop. Et du coup j'ai préféré ne pas mettre en 60 fps plutôt que le mettre et que ça bug comme de la grosse merde. Qu'on se dise que ça bug salement. Mais là normalement tout devrait aller bien. Tout devrait aller bien. Tout devrait aller bien. Entends cette phrase. Hop, j'active ça. J'active ça aussi. Ça dégage. Ça dégage. Oui. On va baisser un peu le son du jeu pour vos oreilles parce que sinon voilà. Est-ce que vous m'entendez bien déjà? Est-ce que vous m'entendez bien? Boîte d'alerte, on va la réactiver. Media source non. Ça on réactive. Et hop là. Incroyable. 3, 2, 1. Le stream sur le live. Ça va recommencer. 3, 2, 1. Le stream sur le live. Faut un temps d'adaptation. Faut un temps d'adaptation. Ok, si on m'entend bien, tout va bien. Allez, faut que ça se mette là. Mets-toi. Il va pas se vouloir se mettre, tu vois, il va pas vouloir se mettre. Tu vois, j'aurais bien fait de fermer ma gueule tout à l'heure. Genre j'ai dit ouais, il y aura rien pour nous faire chier, nanana. Si, bien sûr que si. Attends. Il devrait se mettre, faut juste un peu de temps. Je sais c'est chiant à attendre, mais... Alors... Et pourquoi tu nous casses les couilles, toi? Tu m'as pas cassé les couilles pendant 2 heures avant, et maintenant tu viens faire ton mijauré, là. Viens pas faire ton mijauré avec moi. Ah, je te permets pas de critiquer. Ah, mais voilà. Parce que j'avais bloqué la scène, non? Si c'est ça, je suis le pire des cons. Si c'est ça, je suis un autiste né. D'accord? Je suis un putain d'autiste. Capturer les applications en plein écran. Automatique. On va foutre ça en auto. Je vais capturer. Hop. Mais... Merci. Là. Capture les fenêtres en plein écran. Ce serait cool. Si tu veux pas la capturer, je vais t'enculer, frère. Je vais te mettre des bâtons dans la nuque. Pourquoi il veut pas la capturer, cette putain de fenêtre? C'est une blague. Non, attends, c'est une blague. Pile quand je lance le truc, il y a une application. Il y a une mise à jour. C'est ma gueule. Ça s'appelle du foutage de gueule, qu'on se le dise. Hein. Ça s'appelle du gros foutage de gueule. Ah, bah voilà. Il était temps. Enfin, ça se lance. Putain. On aura fallu du temps. Et bah voilà. Et bah voilà. Suffisait de demander. Voilà. Je joue. bah... il a merci d'avoir regardé. Ah, ça chiant, va. T'es vraiment bâtard. Lisez les lettres adressées aux autres invités pour apprendre sur leur motivation et leur caractère. Ça a l'air d'être un bon jeu là. Ça me plaît. Ça me plaît pour l'instant. Je vais baisser la luminosité de mon écran. Comme ça je vais bien me mettre dans le noir. J'aime bien me chier dessus. Je vais me chier dessus mais d'une puissance. Il va y avoir des traces de pneus chez moi. Je ferme ma gueule.
Stop! You're not getting anywhere with this Von Borchert.
You know, I kind of get the same feeling, my dear Sarah. Listen. Nothing. Not a sound. No one's coming to save you.
That's what you think. The Golden Order knows exactly where we are.
By the time your ridiculous secret society turns up, I'll be long gone. As for you, nothing will remain of your body.
If you touch a single hair on my mother's head, I'll skin you alive.
You know, Louis, I have no intention of beating your dear mother. There are more persuasive ways of making you talk. You've stolen something from me that I intend to get back.
Tu me dis c'est bon.
Where have you hidden it?
Von Borchert, you can't sell that book on the black market anymore. This is finished.
We know you're planning on selling at one of Lord Mortimer's parties. All right? Just tell us who the buyer is and we can make a deal.
You've no idea of the trouble you've gotten yourselves into.
C'est bon?
Oh, but you will tell me where it's hidden.
Ok, parfait.
I can promise you that.
Ça m'aurait pas plu.
Stop annoying our host, Louis. Son, didn't what happened to you in Rome teach you anything?
Just a few more minutes and my concoction will be ready. With this, your bodies will dissolve in less than 4 hours.
C'est rassurant.
You'll see. It loosens tongues in no time.
You know, I have to admit, Mother, the only thing you've ever taught me is that damn motto of yours. Always remain rational. And open. I got it. I've opened our shackles.
Draw him over here. I'll take care of him.
Von Borchert! Von Borchert! Listen. Let's make a deal. I'll tell you where the book is if you let my mother go free.
Oh, what are you playing at?
Don't worry, Mother.
You want to play the hero. Pity you're not in any position to do so. For the last time. Where is Al-Azif?
Let me do this. Trust me.
Oh putain, j'ai pas lu les dialogues. Oh putain. Qu'est-ce que je fais? Qu'est-ce que je fais? Help. Help, je sais pas quoi faire. Les gars, je fais quoi? Je fais quoi? J'agis ou je lui fais confiance là? Putain, j'ai pas écouté, je suis un cake, j'aurais dû écouter. Mais putain, j'ai envie de me tuer là. Je fais quoi? Faire confiance ou agir? Ah, je sais pas quoi faire. Ah, je sais pas quoi faire. Confiance? T'es sûr? Ouais, je te fais confiance.
Please, be my guest, Mother.
Très débloqué confiance. Attire.
Well done, Louis. You reacted perfectly.
How do you feel, Mother?
Couldn't be better. He's alive. so I can question him after we get back. Pity he's just a middleman. Means I haven't finished with this case.
Oh, I had a feeling you'd be running off on one of your adventures again, Mother. You know what? I'm warning you. This time, I'm coming with you.
No, even though you impress me more and more, I have to do this on my own.
Mother, you're no spring chicken anymore.
Come on, let's go home.
GG, c'est
And
plutôt
don't
grâce à
forget
toi.
to send our men to
C'est
tend
plutôt
to von
grâce à toi.
Borchert.
DRGG, non, 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 c'est grâce à toi, frère. J'avais pas lu, hein. C'est toi, tu m'as dit fais confiance. C'est passé crème. On a eu de la chance, hein. Oui, 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 oui. Je dis, on a eu de faux chance. On va pas se mentir. Île de l'or, l'or militaire, je sais pas quoi, large des côtes en fait. Je sais pas ce que t'en penses, mais le jeu il me plaît bien pour l'instant. Le jeu me plaît en tout cas pour l'instant.
Well done, Mother. You just had to pick up Von Bertrand's trail on your own, didn't you? You ditched me in Paris with no explanation, and off you go to infiltrate one of the world-renowned receptions of this Lord Mortimer, and now he writes me to say that you've gone missing on his private island? Which, by the way, looks more like a big rock than a paradise island.
Ce Council.
The least he could do is explain to me how he managed to lose
Oui,
you.
aussi.
In any case, it is time for you to stop all this, Mother.
Il y a
It no
juste
longer
60%
suits your
moins que le
age.
jeu.
Well, I'm sure I'll find you
Bon, le
once
son de
again,
ta voix est pas assez
slogging
fort.
through the caves beneath the island, searching for some long-lost mystical object that you just can't live without.
C'est mieux là?
I'm already hating this
Ouais, je
trip,
pense que c'est mieux
and
là.
all I've done is think
Contrary
about
to
it.
what one may be able to
Attends, je
imagine,
baissais un
it
peu le
was
son
not
du
the
jeu.
host himself who invited me.
Voilà.
Well now, Duchess,
C'est bon là?
we find
doit
ourselves
être à peu près
both
équivalent.
invited by Sir Holm.
Well, how very amusing. Perhaps we have some common interests, Your Eminence. Is this your first time at one of Lord Mortimer's legendary parties?
Oh no, we have been friends since long ago. But as I'm doing some business with Sir Holm, the invitation came from him.
Well, I simply can't wait for all the festivities to begin.
Merci, mais de
And
rien.
you, good sir, what brings you here?
Ça... Oh putain, mais à chaque fois je suis en train de lire le chat. Et vous, monsieur, vous n'avez l'occasion de discuter à bord. Qu'est-ce qui vous amène ici? Affaire à régler avec Lord Mortier. Raison personnelle. Bah, deux affaires à régler, on va jouer étranger. Hein.
Lord Mortimer asked me to join him. We have some business to take care of.
Oh, how mysterious. You adapt quickly, my son. You get along here like a fish in water. Would you believe that we are all here hoping to solve our personal issues?
Ok, j'ai fait le bon choix.
You'll see.
Right. I doubt that you came here to look for your mother, Your Eminence.
Anyway, consider yourself fortunate, young man, because there are many who dream of simply one day setting foot on this island, and only a very few ever make it. Indeed, I imagine this must be your first time here.
D'ailleurs, j'imagine que c'est votre première fois ici. Hop, la duchesse.
And you, Duchess? You seem to be quite accustomed to things here. Am I right?
I do not think that one can ever get accustomed to what Lord Mortimer prepares for his guests. But you are right. This is not the first time I've been on this wharf.
If you've come back again, I imagine you must find it to be of some interest.
Here, everything is possible if you make the right choices. It really is up to you whether you leave better off or not.
Please excuse me if you find me overly curious, young man. I did not mean to cause you any embarrassment. Come, Duchess. They are waiting for us.
On a
We're
eu chaud.
moving, Monsieur de Richet, if you would like to join us.
I'm coming, Duchess.
Là, il va pécho la
Cardinal,
duchesse.
a Duchess? I wonder if all the guests here are
Il va
this
pécho la
prestigious.
duchesse.
If I'd known, I would have gone for a better suit.
Are you all right?
Apparemment pas trop. Hein. Un peu dans le mal.
Mother? Oh shit, your hand!
So,
Okay, it's done.
did you put it in a
Je l'ai
safe
sur le
place?
Yes, I
Ouais, mais
made
même
sure
pour
no
moi,
one was
genre
following me.
le
Don't
jeu,
worry,
il
Sarah. No one's
est
going to
pas au
find
point, j'ai
it.
l'impression.
Are you absolutely sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Right. Just one thing left to do.
No, Mother, no, don't!
What? Have you lost your mind?
There's no other way.
If you kill me, you won't find it.
That is the point, my dear. No one must ever put their hands on it again.
No. But I trusted you.
No, Sarah. Don't. No.
Ça s'est fait arrêter.
No! You can run if you want to, Sarah, but you will pay.
J'arrive pas à comprendre pour l'instant.
Phew.
Louis, are you all right? What's going on? Here, take this.
I'm sorry.
Keep it. Are you better?
I'm fine. Don't worry. It's getting late. Why don't you go on ahead and I'll catch up with you, okay?
Are you sure?
Yes. I'm sorry. I'm sure, yes.
Fine.
Il voit dans le futur? J'arrive pas à comprendre.
I definitely have to find Mother quickly. Am I going crazy or what? This can't be real. The Duchess arrived with me.
Options, vite fait, les options. Toc toc toc, sensibilité caméra. Faut pas. Tant pis.
What's happening to me, for God's sake? I absolutely need to find you, Mother.
Oh là là, le jeu il est pas fluide hein. Sûrement des trucs à fouiller s'il nous laisse la liberté. Qu'est-ce qu'il est... Oh là là, il est pas fluide le jeu. Ça je comprends pas ça, ils sont pas fluides les jeux. Qualité PS5, ah ouais. Putain ouais. C'est quoi cette qualité toute pourrie là? Ils ont fait aucun effort. Hein. Ah, c'est déjà un peu mieux. Et encore. Et encore. Hein, pourtant Mako elle est bonne hein. C'est pas Mako, c'est vraiment le jeu hein. On va monter vers le manoir. Putain me dis pas qu'on va monter tout ça à pied. Ah la pute de duchesse. La pute de duchesse. Je veux pas lui parler à la duchesse, ça me fait peur.
Louis, during the trip, I had something I wanted to ask you, but we didn't happen to run into each other.
Yes, Duchess?
I'm not sure if you remember, but we've met before. At that time, you were of two minds as to your choice of career. Tell me, what have you been up to since?
Oh. Oh! Diplomate. Le diplomate brille en société. Orateur de talent, il sait éviter les faux pas et s'impose des idées français. La boutique est son domaine et sa prédilection. Oculiste, l'oculiste est maître des faux semblants, convaincu de l'importance du savoir. Il a accumulé de richesses, de connaissances en sciences et en art. Il utilise les autres pour parvenir à ses fins, il lui pose aucun problème. Il n'y a pas un autre truc? Détective. Le détective, excellence, les moindres détails dans l'environnement, homme de terrain, il n'a pas peur des approches directives. On prend quoi? On prend quoi? On prend diplomate, oculiste ou détective? J'hésite entre les trois. J'hésite. Oculiste, c'est pas mon bail. Mais j'hésite entre diplomate et détective. Diplomate et détective, ça me plaît bien. Hein. Et je sais pas quoi prendre entre les deux. Je sais pas quoi prendre. Vous me conseillez quoi? Vous me conseillez de prendre quoi? Oculiste, diplomate ou détective? Vraiment, je sais pas, c'est mort. Sur le live, quand tu marches, il y a une image par seconde. Ah, et d'accord! Putain, ça rend fou ça. Attends. Tant qu'il n'y a pas de réponse, je choisis pas. Hein. Tant qu'il n'y a pas de réponse, je choisis pas. Donc c'est à vous de répondre. Qu'est-ce que je prends? Qu'est-ce que je prends? Alors. Qu'est-ce que je prends? Entre les trois là. Détective? Moi je suis chaud détective ou diplomate. Après diplomate brille en société, ses idées de ses froissés interlocuteurs, la politique est son domaine de prédilection. Et détective, le détective, excellent. Ouais, vas-y, ça part sur un détective pour moi. Allez, détective. Ok. 3 points disponibles. Détective débloque les compétences interrogatives, vigilantes, psychologiques et agitées. Vous disposez de 7 points d'effort pour utiliser vos compétences. Vous passez votre... ok. Donc là, on a ça des... Ah, ok. En gros, ça te permet de prendre les points de compétences. Ok. Là, on a logique. Exercez votre esprit à niveau 1. 15 points restants. Avec le niveau 2. Ok. Là, on a psychologie. Lisez le comportement des gens comme dans un livre ouvert. Là, on a vigilance. En fait, on peut choisir, il n'y a pas d'ordre, ok. Vigilance. Remarquez les détails notables, les éléments déplacés par rapport à leur contexte. Ok. Interrogatif. Analysez efficacement le comportement et l'apparence de votre interlocuteur. Logique. Exercez votre esprit et logique, votre technique oratoire. Ok. Utilisez votre coordination contre l'environnement, le plus rarement contre les gens. Exercez votre esprit et les techniques oratoires. On va prendre vigilance. 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 On va prendre ça aussi. On s'en garde un. Quand il y a un décalage avec le live, tu vois ma réponse longtemps après, donc quand il n'y a pas de réponse. C'est pas grave, t'inquiète. C'est pas grave. Je le sais, c'est pour ça que j'attends. Tu sais, je vois le nombre de viewers, je vois mon chat et tout, donc t'inquiète. Je sais quand il y a... Quand tu réponds ou pas. On peut retirer le point ou ajouter. Ok, ça c'est bon à savoir. On va ajouter le point là. Mais du coup... Parce que là, regarde, la compétence elle est en bleu. Et là, elles sont bleu clair. Ça veut dire qu'il faut tout un carré pour que ça fasse une vraie compétence. Ah, si c'est ça, c'est... Si c'est ça, c'est un peu chaud.
Well, over the last few years, I've solved a number of crime cases. Like the chauffeur d'Angers, for example. Thieves that tortured their victims with burning embers.
Charming. How did you catch them?
I told the most cowardly one that the others had given him up.
Ah, and I wager your thief suddenly started to talk.
You wouldn't believe it. He told us everything. The jobs, the stashes, the names of his partners. Couldn't shut him up.
I heard about that case, but I didn't know you were the one who solved it.
I'm flattered that the news made it across the channel. And you've got a darn good memory, Duchess.
Well, they say I have the memory of two people. But please, call me Emily.
Fine, Emily. Tell me, I was actually helped on that case by my mother. You wouldn't know her by any chance?
Wait, Louis. We've already met. You do remember me, don't you?
Vous semblez pas me remettre. Souvenir de moi, n'est-ce pas? Pas de loin du monde, désolé. Vous vous souvenez de moi, n'est-ce pas? En fait, dans les deux cas, on lui dit non, quoi. Donc, on va lui dire... je sais pas quoi lui dire. On va lui dire... pas le moins du monde, désolé. Je vais prétendre que oui. Prétendre que oui.
How could I forget a woman such as yourself?
A woman such as me. What a sweet talker you are. Remind me of how we met.
Qu'est-ce qu'il me veut? Vos compétences vous donnent accès à des choix, des actions uniques en échange de points d'effort. Plus le niveau de compétence est élevé, moins le coût de points d'effort est élevé. Ok. Ah oui, d'accord. Une femme telle que moi, rien que ça, quel flatteur. Vous avez appris un peu notre rencontre. Bon, le plus probable serait pareil. Ah ouais, bah du coup, je savais bien qu'il fallait en garder un. Fais lui perdre le fil. Bon bah, de toute façon, on peut faire
Don't
ça.
you remember? We bumped into each other at Mesmer's show in Paris. That fraudster had even bamboozled the
Par contre, la
Marquis of
traduction,
Lafayette.
You too, apparently, because I've never been to see him.
Ouch. Well, that didn't work.
Right, time to go to the manor.
Opportunité. Vos compétences vous permettent de découvrir les détails cachés, sélectionner les éléments qui vous... Les opportunités, les situations pour y avoir accès. Ok. Paraît logique. Je suis en train d'essayer de régler le problème de... comment dire, problème du jeu, de la latence là. J'essaye de trouver un peu vite fait. Avancer. En fait, faudrait que je règle ça hors stream. Hein. Là, je peux pas. Fait chier. Attends, si je vais dans vidéo, c'est peut-être l'encodeur. Attends. Est-ce que je peux le supprimer en live? Non. Bon, c'est pas grave, on va faire avec pour ce stream. De toute façon, il est quelle heure là? Bon, je stream jusqu'à 3h, je pense. On a un petit chargement. Jauge de temps. Lorsque le temps imparti est terminé, une réponse est sélectionnée automatiquement. Ok.
I'm heading off. Don't get left behind.
I'm coming.
Quoi? J'ai pas compris. Pourquoi opportunité
I
ratée?
don't know where we're going like this, Emily, but you're connected to my mother one way or another. And if I can believe my vision, you don't have much of a place in her heart.
Talent. Vous obtenez des talents en réalisant certaines actions. Pensez à regarder leurs conditions de langage et leur... très intéressant, surtout les talents anglais des titres. Oh. Le gelé royal. Le gelé royal restaure 2 points d'effort. Vous pouvez pas en porter plus de 5.
Honey, the remedy of the gods.
Mais
must be an incredible
c'est
view
fou,
from
ça.
up there. Impossible to set foot on the island without being seen from 300 meters away.
Tout ça pour me dire ça. Je vais pas me laisser fouiller tranquillement, posément, posé dans mon bête de pouloulou. J'essaie de chercher des indices ou des bails comme ça.
Honey, I couldn't have hoped for better.
Vous pouvez pas mieux tomber. C'est toi qui le dis ça. Parce que je sais pas ce qu'on va foutre avec du putain de miel. Hein. Personnellement, regarde. C'est par là qu'on monte, donc on va aller à droite. Tu sais, c'est par là la sortie, mais on va prendre l'autre côté.
Good evening, sir. May I ask your name, please?
Louis Moras de Richer.
Monsieur de Richet. Delighted to welcome your
Ouais,
mother,
pardon,
sir.
monsieur.
You must be Sarah de Richet's son. I must tell you we are doing our utmost to find your mother as quickly as possible.
Où est Lord Mortier? Que savez-vous de ma mère? Ouais.
What can you tell me about the disappearance of my mother?
2 weeks have passed since Sir's mother went missing. All the staff here have since been busy searching every nook and cranny of the island. But sir may rest assured, we shouldn't be long in finding her.
Ouais, plutôt
And
intérêt.
just what have you found so far?
It would seem that Sir's mother may be hiding on the island and regularly changing her location. But no one seems to know why she would find this behavior necessary.
What do you mean?
On several occasions, we have found leftovers of food, a few of her things, or even traces of campsites. The reason why we're searching the wharf again is because lights were spotted there last night.
Where we are now?
Indeed, sir. According to our information, lights were seen in the middle of the night, sir. After verification, none of the guests seem to have left the manor last night. We think that perhaps Sir's mother was here.
Pensons que le mère monsieur est venu. Nous pensons donc que le mère de monsieur est venu ici. Difficulté 0.
And did you find anything then?
We discovered a certain amount of damage, sir, on the wooden part of the wharf.
What type of
Là,
damage?
j'ai couvert
Broken
serviteur.
barrels, mainly. We'll do whatever is necessary to have them rapidly repaired. But quite frankly, I can't imagine what Sir's mother would have been doing with them.
What could Mother have been doing with barrels?
Nevertheless, our search of the wharf hasn't been entirely
finalement.
unsuccessful, though.
What do you mean?
Non, c'est-
We seem to have found an object that would appear to belong to Sir's mother. A handkerchief. The handkerchief is embroidered with the initials SDR. We came to the conclusion that they are the initials of Sir's mother, Sarah de Richet. I have
Richet.
orders to give it to Lord Mortimer as soon as I see him.
I know my mother. She's not the kind to go for a midnight stroll on the wharf for nothing. I've got to
Prends
find out
sur
what the
les
hell
yeux.
she was doing here. Where exactly did you find the handkerchief?
On the landing dock,
Ok,
sir,
désolé.
the one you arrived by.
Laissez-moi le message.
Give me the handkerchief.
Et moi, c'est mouchoir.
I'll personally show it to Lord Mortimer.
Well,
I've traveled hard for several days in order to get here.
yes,
Invited by your master.
no, of course, but...
Because my mother went missing right under your nose.
Sir, please.
And having only just arrived, you refused to give me her personal belongings?
Of course not, sir. It was never my intention to contradict, sir. Here you are.
Putain, je lui fais
I
fermer sa
must
gueule.
return now. It is still much to prepare in order to welcome all the guests.
Donc, tu sais, il faut accueillir tous les invités.
It is indeed your handkerchief, Mother. You must have come here for a specific reason. I need to know what it is. Let's think. What could she have been doing out here on this wharf?
Oh. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a par là-bas? Parce que de base, c'est par là que je voulais aller. Ah bah voilà, on peut courir, ça devient un peu mieux. Oula, oula, oula.
A Byzance.
On va peut-être pas courir. De ouf. Ils ont un accent bizarre avec les noms. T'as vu? De Richet. Attends.
Hey, there's something not right about this floorboard. It's different from the rest.
On va examiner d'abord.
Somebody replaced it recently. It looks like it's fixed pretty solidly in place. It's going to be tough to rip it out of here.
Et retire-la.
Shit. It's not coming up. I'll never manage it barehanded. I need something to lever it with.
On arrache. On arrache. Allez mon gars.
There we go. Let's see what's hidden inside. There's a book and also a bag. The Mysterium Cosmographicum.
J'aime bien cet
I know
ouvrage.
that book well.
C'est le
Mother
ouvrage
used to read passages from it to me all the time. And judging from what I can see, it's the same one as hers. For crying out loud, what's happened to you, Mother?
En fait, quand je commence à comprendre, il enquête sur la disparition de sa mère. Et il doit trouver des indices dans le manoir là pour comprendre ce qui s'est passé avec la disparition de sa mère et où elle est à l'heure actuelle. Je crois que c'est ça le but du jeu. Les manuscrits permettent de s'instruire à chaque début de quête. Vous pourrez choisir la lecture et gagner ainsi des points de compétences permanents. Trouvez les manuscrits dans l'onglet inventaire du menu. Permet d'accéder à la page du menu. Ok.
Let's look inside the bag. A little food, a few toiletries, a small key, and some kind of black powder.
Examiner les affaires personnelles. Déjà examiné.
Some fruit, a piece of bacon, and some bread. The fruit's still firm.
Je sais c'est un peu chiant mais il faut
Bread's
bien
a
que
bit
j'imagine.
stale.
Faut bien que j'examine tout.
From the smell, this food's been here roughly 2 days. And if it's rationed, there's enough left to last 2 more days.
Examiner les affaires personnelles.
Shit, those are definitely my mother's things. I recognize her hairpins. This bag smells of her perfume. A piece of soap, some oils, and her powder puff. What does all this mean?
J'avoue, je comprends pas tout non plus. Examiner la
An
clairouille.
iron key completely rusted.
Prends la clé.
You never know. It might be useful. I hope Mother wasn't counting on it.
Prends la clé. Examiner la
The
poudre.
bottom of the bag is covered in black powder.
Prends le sac, non?
Right. Just in case, I'll take it all. I'll give it back to Mother when I see her.
Alors lui, il met un sac dans sa poche. Hein.
Crying out loud.
Lui,
Why
il
did
met
you
un sac,
hide supplies in the
dans
middle
sa
of
poche.
nowhere, Mother? I don't know what's going on here, but you obviously feel like you're in danger.
La clé rouillée, c'est pour ça. Si c'est ça, je suis un dieu.
It's locked. I'll never get it open barehanded.
C'est la clé en fer, bah oui. C'est sûr, c'est ça.
There we are.
J'ai 600 cuits. J'ai 600 cuits, les gars. Là, on va trouver des trucs. Là, on va trouver des trucs intéressants. Parce que le sac, il a pas été mis sous une planche par hasard. Hein. Pas me le faire à moi. Inspecteur Bailei, il est là. Hein.
Honey, the remedy of the gods. This looks like a pistol case, but it's empty.
C'est le vide.
I don't know if this has anything to do with you, Mother, but if it does, at least now you're armed. Just like in my vision. And none of it's telling me anything
Comme dans
useful.
sa vision. Exactement le même. C'est ce que j'allais dire en plus. Il m'a coupé avant. Il me vole la vedette. Ça me plaît pas beaucoup ça.
This wharf is used as storage for a lot of barrels.
Examiner le pareil.
Uh-huh. What have we here? It's cannon powder.
Comme la poudre là-bas. Ah, on peut pas.
It's unusable now. I don't know what the person who left this
Il y a un
barrel
truc dans la
like this
poudre.
had in
Il y a un
mind, but
truc.
it's a waste. Apparently, someone on this island has gone through a whole lot of trouble to arm themselves. I really must find
J'ai
you,
oublié
dear
un truc.
mother, and quickly too.
Ah oui, j'ai oublié un truc là. Putain, il est bien caché. Fragment d'ambre. Vous avez trouvé un fragment d'ambre. Ramassez en 4 pour augmenter votre point de vie.
Amber.
on y est encore.
It's like the barrel's been broken for quite some time.
J'ai l'impression que j'ai pas tout examiné ici. Si? Allez, si. On va dire que si. Allez, on monte. Hop, 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 hop. Il y a un truc là.
A Latin inscription. Nessis, mi fili, quantile produncia mundus ergatur.
Tout pareil. Bat les couilles. Franchement, on s'en bat les couilles. Et hop, on monte. On va retomber sur le putain. Ah bah tiens, le serviteur.
How did Mortimer manage to build his manor at the top of a rocky outcrop?
Ça se voit, le serviteur il s'appelle Jean Rachid. Jean Rachid il aime les nuggets. Utilisez un élixir d'or pour supprimer vos altérations négatives. Parce qu'on peut avoir des altérations négatives. Ça a l'air chaud.
Impressive.
Ah, my son, I was looking for you.
What can I do for you, Your Eminence?
I wanted to ask you. You are the son of Sara de Riche, aren't you? You see, your mother and I were supposed to meet here on this very spot. I was supposed to hand her a very important envelope. But I haven't seen her.
If only Mother had told me why she was coming here. Anyway, I ought to take the envelope.
C'est sûr.
It might have
C'est sûr,
something to
il
do
fait
with
du
her
golf. C'est
disappearance.
sûr.
Listen, if it will help, you can always give it to me.
Durant une confrontation, vous devrez franchir des étapes en vous montrant le plus convaincant possible. Les confrontations sont des conséquences de la gestion de l'histoire. N'hésitez donc pas à utiliser vos compétences. Chaque confrontation affiche une interface indiquant quel point de vue votre interlocuteur est convaincu.
Thank you, my son.
Pro,
I'll bear that
maladresse
in mind.
instante.
I'd rather deal with her directly. Don't take it personally. Would you happen to know if your mother has arrived yet?
Déjà. On va lui passer de la pommade.
Certainly, Your Eminence. Mother got here some time ago. I was hoping to find her when I arrived, but given the hour, she must be asleep by now.
Right. I shall see her tomorrow.
Tiens, je t'ai niqué le vieux.
By the way, Your Eminence, I wasn't aware you knew my mother.
Ah, if you only knew, my son. I hold your mother in the highest regard. She has rendered great service to the church, and her help is invaluable. I hope that you will follow in her footsteps.
If only she had told me where she was headed.
Nonetheless, our exchanges have always been discreet, and I should like them to remain as such. If your mother wishes to speak to you about us one day, I will not mind if she does so.
Allez, on punch
That is very commendable. But since we work together on a daily basis, it's surely just an oversight.
Most certainly. You said you work together. What do you do exactly?
Que fais-tu? Oh l'enculé. Le soldat. C'est ça qu'il fallait répondre là. Attends. Personnage. Je peux rien. Non. Talent. Trait. Et peux rien faire, je peux rien faire du tout. Secret professionnel, tu veux que je dise quoi de toute façon?
If you know my mother, you will understand that I cannot answer you, Your Eminence. I'm sorry, but...
Do not worry, my son. I perfectly understand, and I expected nothing less from you. Discretion and secrecy are both pillars of the organizations for which we work. You are the worthy son of Sarah.
All the same, it bothers me to see you in a quandary, Your Eminence. Is there any other solution? Look, if it's of any help, you can always leave your envelope with me, and I'll give it to her as soon as I see her.
I hesitate. Up till now, we have always dealt with her in person, and that has always been successful. Do you think I should give it to you?
Contient. Et si je la retrouve. Si je la retrouve.
Listen, you have nothing to fear. I will give your letter to my mother the moment I find her.
The moment you find her?
Non, merde.
You mean Sarah has gone missing?
Shit, I shouldn't have said that.
Putain.
Let's not exaggerate, Your Eminence. I have no other information at this time. It's probably nothing.
Listen to me, my child. If I give you the letter, can you promise me before God that no one other than your mother will read it?
Confrontation dernière étape. Pour la dernière étape, une confrontation vous devez convaincre votre interlocuteur avec une réponse positive. Si vous donnez une mauvaise réponse, cette étape se répétera jusqu'à ce que vous donniez une bonne réponse. Vous serez à court de maladresse. Pas que je me plante quoi. Écoutez votre ordre. Personne ne dira. Que votre sujet pour faire. Je vais une autre chose.
I swear by the Almighty God to honor the promise that no one but my mother shall cast her gaze upon your letter.
Good. Listen, let's stop there. I'm going to tell you a secret, Monsieur Derice. Your mother and I are organizing the escape of a large number of French priests who face a massacre organized by the accursed Republican tribunals. The church is literally being bled like a beast. Without your mother, hundreds of men of the cloth would have gone to the guillotine. She has made the services of your order available to us by organizing the priests' safe passage across the borders. Even if she does not share all our convictions, she always provided assistance. Young man, you can be proud to be her son. Be it only for her sake. Always respect your name. Here. The letter I spoke of. It includes a list of about 15 names ready for departure. Be quick. Remember to tell Sarah when you see her that time is short.
Well played. I'll decide later when I'm alone whether to look at what it contains.
Ah putain, j'aurais pas dû jurer. J'aurais pas dû jurer, ça. Il y a comme une odeur de karma là. Le karma il va me foudroyer. De nombreux objets et indices sont cachés. Certains d'entre eux peuvent avoir un impact exploré. En gros, ils nous disent que t'as intérêt à explorer, sinon t'as tout dans le cul. On va pas se gêner alors.
I thought my chimney was big, but this one is beyond belief.
It's the least one can say. I've been longing for a warm fire for ages.
Since I set foot on the island, I haven't ventured more than 2 yards away from it.
Have you also just arrived?
Oh, late morning, I'd say.
Louis, come join us.
Non.
Monsieur, may I introduce you to Monseigneur His Eminence, Cardinal Piaggi. He joins us straight from Rome.
Oh, just call me Your Eminence. It's simpler.
George Washington, President of the United States of America.
Delighted at last to make your acquaintance, Mr. President.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. President. Louis Moras de Riche. It is an honor to meet you.
Young man, let's keep it simple, please. Let us forget our fancy titles. Nice to meet you, Louis.
I should imagine you never thought you'd be in such company.
I must admit that I didn't. It's the first time that I've ever met so many illustrious personalities.
And you haven't seen anything yet. Generally, when Lord Mortimer organizes one of his receptions, there are over a dozen people here.
They can't all be here yet. And you'll see, most of the time there's only the upper crust.
And I noticed you were already getting to know His Eminence at the entrance. It's the perfect place to build up a network. What were you talking about, if you forgive my indiscretion?
Oh, putain. De ma mère, d'une lettre. De ma mère, d'une lettre. Bah, d'une lettre.
Oh, nothing special. His Eminence had an envelope to give to my mother, initially.
Merde.
Because your mother
Mauvais
was
choix.
supposed to join us.
That's right. She arrived a few weeks ago.
Several weeks at Lord Mortimer's? She must be a special guest.
Oh, pity. No scrumptious gossip or juicy tidbits, unmentionable secrets, or
pas si j'ai
even
fait bon
money
choix.
matters. But you'll see, it will come. Despite all the goodwill in the world, you can't stop people scheming
Je sais pas
left
si j'ai
and
fait le
right
bon
around
choix,
here.
putain.
Speak for yourself, sir.
Well, my friends, do any of you know the reason why we're here this time?
Not in the slightest. As for me, I've been invited by Sir Horn, a close friend of Lord Mortimer, but I do not know the reason why.
You see, Louis, every time Lord Mortimer organises a reception, he always finds a moment to set up a chat with all the guests,
During which time we remake the world.
accompanied by gallons of absinthe and cussing. I'll leave you to imagine the result.
So, if I understand rightly, Monsieur de Richet,
De
you've
Richet.
come out here to join your mother. For what reason, exactly?
Invente.
Like you, Mr. President, I'm here as a result of Lord Mortimer's invitation.
Two members of the same family here. That is rare.
You know what they say. You can pick your nose, but you can't pick your family.
Laisse tranquille.
Seriously, though,
Laisse-moi, Georges.
I know your mother well. Stay behind with me afterwards,
Casse pas les
and
couilles,
we'll
Georges.
take a moment to speak about her.
Avec ta tête de grand-père, là. Qu'est-ce qui... Quoi? J'ai rien compris.
Good evening, my friends.
Holy shit. That's the man from my vision.
An urgent case has delayed our host, Lord Mortimer. He can't be present this evening, and he sends his deepest apologies.
He's asked me here and he hasn't even turned up? Great start.
Demandez qui est cet homme.
Do you know that man?
Sir Gregory Holm, an English aristocrat, very influential. He's also close to Lord Mortimer, so don't be surprised if he acts like he's at home.
And now, my dear guests, a light meal is served in the small salon. For those who would like to, you're invited to follow me into the next room.
My dear fellow, you must have read my thoughts. I shall follow.
We'll have to be careful not to make too much noise. One of Lord Mortimer's guests is relaxing.
Oh, we shall be quiet.
Don't take it the wrong way, Sir Holm, but I've already eaten. Thus, I shall be happy to remain by the fireside.
If you don't mind, Gregory, I should like to keep Mr. Washington company.
Please feel at home. And you, sir?
If I stay with Washington, we'll be able to speak about my mother. But on the other hand, I'd like to learn more about this home. I saw him in my vision.
Oh putain, le choix. Oh, le choix de merde. Putain, d'un côté, j'ai le pape. Et l'autre connard là, il ressemble à un pot de peinture là. Et l'autre côté, j'ai Miss Pute et j'ai Jojo le rigolo. Il me fait peur lui hein. Ah, il me fait peur. J'ai resté avec Jojo le rigolo.
Let's see what Washington has to say.
Sir, if you don't mind, I shall stay here.
Do exactly as you please, young man.
Louis, thank you for staying. Just like you, when I arrived this morning, I found out that Sarah had gone missing. I know your mother well. Don't worry. Emily is from the English branch of the Golden Order.
And President Washington is in fact the leader of the order in the United States.
I didn't know.
Sorry to have made you wait, but I didn't want to speak in front of the others.
You did well. Secrecy and discretion are the pillars of our organization.
If I can help in any way at all, please don't hesitate to ask, my lad. And if you have any other questions, now's the time.
En plus sur Mortier.
Mother has always had a fascination for Lord Mortimer, but has never wanted to tell me why.
Lord Mortimer is a remarkable man. He's wealthy and is advisor to the very highly placed. Your mother is the head of the order in France. It doesn't surprise me that he asked her to come.
Lord Mortimer greatly contributed to financing my electoral campaign, for example. But I want this to be clear, without ever seeking to gain an advantage.
And that is to his credit.
Yes, you can trust him. He will do everything in his power to help you find Sarah.
Mr. Washington, you seem to be very familiar with my mother. When did you last speak to her?
Philadelphia, 15 years ago. Sarah often went back and forth between France and the United States.
Yes, I remember those days. I didn't see her too often. Right. Would it be too much if I asked you a few more questions?
Not at all. Go ahead. But I can't promise I'll remember everything.
May I ask, when you saw each other, what did you talk about?
Puis-je vous demander de quoi vous...
My mother has always been fascinated by strange powers. Did she talk to you about anything like that?
Yes. Her facility for discerning truths from rumor served me well. Such as preventing massacres, like the one at Salem, from happening again. Or convincing people that horsemen cannot ride around without heads. What was it that she used to say now?
Keep an open and logical mind?
Yes, that's it.
Thank you, sir. I was hoping to speak with Lord Mortimer. At least now I have some information, thanks to you.
I repeat, Lord Mortimer is a man of his word. You won't be disappointed. And I am persuaded that your mother's research is his main concern.
Et puis convaincu de recherche de votre mère. C'est pas souci, je reste grandiloquent.
Mother still is at the head of the Golden Order. I find it difficult to believe that she came to this island without notifying the other members.
As for myself, I did not know. I am here at the request of Sir Holm, a situation regarding the Crown of England to resolve, and to see what Lord Mortimer has to propose to us.
As for me, Lord Mortimer asked me here to speak about the future of America. I did not know that your mother would even be among us. In any case, no one has yet mentioned associating the order.
We haven't found many clues yet.
Pas très avancé. Nous sommes guerre avancée. Ok. J'en fais confiance à eux.
But I did find a book that belongs to my mother.
Where did you find it?
That's what worries me. I found it hidden on the wharf.
Do you think she was preparing to discreetly leave?
I don't know.
An extremely likely proposition.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Don't worry, Louis. I'm sure nothing bad has happened to her.
Yes, I hope not.
Il est louche au jeu rigolo là.
Careful, they're coming back.
C'est quoi ce bonhomme là?
Well, I am impressed with all this splendor.
But don't spend too much time with Mr. Washington, my dear, or you'll lose your pretty accent. You seem to be intrigued by that statue.
Absolutely. It is remarkable.
Lord Mortimer is fond of atypical works of art. I won't disguise the fact that I find it all a little megalomaniacal. But I must say, he does have some outstanding pieces.
Ah, ça c'est des
Sir
belles
Holm, who was that young lady with you?
Elizabeth Adams, Mr. President. She would have liked to have stayed with us, but the poor thing is exhausted.
Elizabeth Adams?
Just mentioning Elizabeth totally changed Washington's attitude. Looks like he just saw a ghost.
Miss Adams is here to rest. You have perhaps already come across her in the corridors. She arrived a few days ago.
I perceived her, but we weren't introduced.
Rest assured, she is not here for the same reasons as yourselves. Consequently, I'm counting on your indulgence.
Washington looks surprised, but Holmes doesn't seem to see it. I wonder if he's being polite or if he really doesn't see his discomfort.
On that note, it's very late. You must be exhausted. The servant will accompany you to your rooms.
Ça part dans la chambre.
Ladies, gentlemen, I bid you all good night. Mr. President, Your Eminence, Duchess, you have the same rooms as usual. You, Monsieur de Richet, will find your room at the end of the corridor.
Well, my friends, I am bone tired. I am off to my bed. See you in the morning.
Good night, sir. I shall do likewise.
Louis, I shall see you in the morning. Sleep well.
Good night. See you tomorrow.
Oh man, it's been quite a day. Right, where is my room?
Elle est dans votre chambre. Non. On va aller fouiller d'abord. Je suppose qu'on peut. On a le droit. Oui. Si on a le droit, on va pas se gêner. Par contre, c'est insupportable la latence, hein.
Monsieur Napoléon Bonaparte.
Ah oui. Ah oui.
Monsieur Jacques Perru.
A few leaves out of an old encyclopedia.
Page de l'encyclopédie. Elixir d'or. Okay.
Golden elixir. I'll keep it for later. The quorum guide.
Un guide de bienséance. Oh là là. Perd dans les couloirs, hein. Il y a combien de trucs comme ça? Ah, on n'a pas le droit. Ok. Si on n'a pas le droit. Ah.
Monsieur Johann van Vulner.
Oh, j'ai l'impression de tourner en rond, c'est horrible. Je pense que c'est ce que je suis en train de faire là. Je suis vraiment en train de tourner en rond. Merde.
A cache.
De toute façon, je passe à côté des trucs, mais c'est pas grave. C'est qui là?
President George Washington.
Washington il est là. Jojo le rigolo il est là. Donc on devrait avoir pas très loin les autres. Putain c'est quoi ces couloirs de l'infini là? Ah. C'est quoi ces couloirs, frère? Ah, c'est qu'ici.
Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
Le mec il est là.
Huh, that's me.
La chambre elle est là. On n'a pas fouillé ici. Merde. Je trouve pas de sens. Alors bien là. On peut pas redescendre en bas? Non. Bien dommage. On va bien retourner en bas. Je crois qu'on a oublié de fouiller un truc là-bas. Attends, on y va vite fait. Vite fait en 2 spi. Est-ce qu'on peut descendre ces marches-là? Non. Bon, on a tout fouillé. On a tout fouillé. Merde. Allez, tape ton meilleur sprint là de Richer.
Duke Manuel Godoy.
Tu vois, on avait loupé un truc, Manuel Godoy. On est là normalement.
Right. So what shall I do with this letter? It might be about my mother's disappearance. But if I open it, I'll be betraying Piaggi's trust. What should I do? Damn. Can't wait to open it, but I gave my word to Piaggi, so... Too bad. I'll wait until I hand it to Mother. Wow. Nice room. Mortimer sure doesn't do things halfway.
Mauvaise idée de l'ouvrir. Je suis sûr que ça va payer de pas l'avoir ouverte.
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Lovely lectures Mortimer's giving to his guests. Very jolly. A pound.
Eau de mélisse. L'eau de mélisse octroie l'effet concentré de votre prochaine utilisation. Compétence gratuite. Vous ne pouvez pas.
Carmelite water. Saint Jerome and the Angel. Yet again, art with political undertones with an image of a saint hearing voices. Saturn devouring his son. Again? I saw the same theme in the hall. I wouldn't like to be his son.
De même.
Saint Francis of Assisi in ecstasy, before superior voices. It always amuses me to see how art gets used for propaganda purposes. The conversion of St. Paul by Caravaggio. It's incredible. It doesn't look like a copy, but I was sure the original was in Rome.
Ok, on n'a pas regardé ces peintures-là.
Judith beheading Holofernes. Ironic in a way, when you know that the artist represented herself as Judith beheading her mentor, who had raped her.
Saint Jerome and the Angel. Yet again, art with political undertones with an image of a saint hearing voices.
Ça, on l'avait vu. Pas le déverrouiller, fait chier. Ouais, sur le balcon, il y a sûrement des trucs. C'est des sacrés balcons. Hein. Putain, il y a peut-être un truc à voir. Non, apparemment, il n'y a rien à voir. Putain, mais ça, c'est passé par le balcon.
A cache.
Épisode 1. Je suis remonté jusqu'au manoir, j'ai trouvé des indices sur une merde sur les quais. J'ai convaincu Peggy de me faire... J'ai rencontré machin. J'ai trouvé un livre étrange sur les quais, j'ai posé des questions au sujet de ma mère. Raté, je n'ai pas trouvé tous les indices sur les... Ah bah là je le savais. Alternative, j'aurais pu rejoindre Syrien dans le petit... J'aurais pu rencontrer... J'aurais pu faire... Ah putain. J'aurais pu faire une rencontre inattendue. Ça c'est dommage ça. Ça c'est putain de... Ça c'est pas bon ça ce qu'on a fait. On a fait de la merde les gars. Bon, au moins on a 4 points. Agilité ça peut servir. Interrogatoire. Et hop là. Science. J'ai pas pris les sciences, je suis comme un con. Talent. Ok. On a bloqué plein de trucs. Mission. Et bah en tout cas j'espère que... Oh, quoique attends, on va continuer. Faut une crise d'épilepsie celui-là. Les échecs.
Your turn?
Serviteur.
The servants are not very efficient.
Durocher can't be far away. They'll find her soon. Their search time is restricted, given that they must keep an eye on Adams.
I can take care of her, you know.
Yes. Well, in any case, I do thank you for bringing her to the island.
From what I've understood, the search of de Richet's room hasn't turned up any results.
Not yet, no. But we've put her son in there. Perhaps he'll find something.
That might come in handy.
Louis grows impatient at not yet having met the famous Lord Mortimer.
He will meet him tomorrow.
Oh, what a pity to lose a knight at the start of the game. Are you waiting for someone?
A young French soldier.
During our game of chess?
Don't worry, Gregory. The game won't disappear. I'll have one of my men escort you back.
Don't trouble yourself. I know my way out.
Good evening, gentlemen. Please forgive me for this late hour.
It is never too late, and we have much to discuss. One last move?
Don't worry. Our games always seem to end like this.
Or always start like this. Come, take a seat, my friend.
Elle est longue la vision. Hein.
A little nighttime stroll, Mr. President?
There's nothing like it for a good night's sleep.
Do not hesitate to ask a servant to show you back.
The corridors seem quite safe.
Peppermint, lime flower, and valerian. My miracle remedy when one can't get to sleep. A very good night to you, Mr. President.
Il est chelou lui. Hein.
Thank you. And to you too, sir.
Il est chelou. Il saigne du nez quand il a une vision. Ouais. Putain, il les suivi de son sang.
I'm coming.
Ah, même pas de traces, que dalle. Nickel. C'est qui le connard là? On n'a même pas eu le temps de fouiller du coup.
Dear Monsieur de Richet,
C'est monsieur de Richet, veuillez
please
m'excuser.
excuse me, but I am unable to join you at present. However, rest assured that we are doing all we can to resolve the case that concerns us. By the way, enclosed, you will find a key that will enable you to...
Fais chier le gars qui top, frère, c'est bon. T'as compris que t'étais là. Et je vais le frapper.
The incredulity of St. Thomas. Why is Caravaggio representing St. Thomas putting his finger in the wound? Thomas looks on but doesn't touch.
Bon, on verra qui c'est derrière la porte et qui toque comme un connard à cette heure-ci dans le prochain live.